we look at it, on Georgetown Road, if they can't go on Baker, they're gonna go down and contend with the trestle. They're gonna go down to the intersection where there's, yes, there it is. The trail goes over it.
Oh, not that you're talking about the low trestle.
No. Then you're gonna go down to that big congestion down on Morgan's in Georgetown, it gets all backed up. It makes sense for them to go straight through Baker.
I don't disagree, but I think we have two separate issues.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, they're not.
The resolution tonight is on Maple Lane, but
Oh, I agree with that 100%.
I'll get back to the board on Maple Road.
Well, so then let's not confuse the issue, because Tom just said they're not related. Like, the issue isn't Baker Road, that's a whole separate issue. If you want to talk about that, we can.
Right.
But the issue is,
But the related issue there is, Mr. Chairman, is that they didn't, I was told that they didn't want trucks on that Baker Road. So if we open the door to this road, Maple Lane, then we may have all these other places that are saying, hey, I want trucks on my road as well. So that would be the only
but if he can
comment.
clarify
That's
that,
right.
by clarifying with Mike Haberman that in fact they do meet the qualifications, then to his point, we want to restrict the traffic because we don't want trucks driving up our road and having to try to turn around.
Right, I agree with that, it's a unique situation, and we own the first 300 feet of it.
So Dan.
Well, I wouldn't
I
mind.
think, Dan, I think like you said, Dan said it right, it doesn't matter whether we do it or not. They're not gonna be able to do it, so we might as well go along with them. There might be something someday we want, something from them.
I wouldn't mind looking at it and tabling it for this month.
No, we're not going to table it for a whole month.
I'm making a motion that we table it.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Eric, what did you say?
Aye.
Okay. So it passes. 5-0. Dan, quickly before we move into the next one, did you not have one more agenda item that you wanted to bring up about Supervisors?
Gretchen and I have been in discussions in the sanctuary.
This is not on your agenda, sorry.
Let's handle it at the end.
So,
Since he's standing there, out of professional courtesy.
so the board is aware of the sanctuary development over off of O'Hara Road. The plan is built, the road is in place right now. The way the developer approached building this was he didn't record the plan and he didn't have to post the bond because he couldn't sell any lots. So now he's gotten to the point where the work is done, anything left to be done, we've looked at and determined how much that's going to cost, which is about $280,000 left to do. So now he's going to post that bond so that he can sell lots, record the plan and sell lots. So he's guaranteeing the finish of the public improvements at this point. The municipality's planning code allows you to develop this way.
Development options.
Right. So he's followed through on that. And when Gretchen and I were going over the paperwork, we realized that you guys had already approved this recorded plan, that it needs reapproved now because the time ran out since it was approved and when he's posted the bond. So it requires a reapproval tonight. That's what I'm requesting, basically a reapproval of the recorded plan for the sanctuary development. And that just would allow, he's going to post we wouldn't have the township sign the plan. He's posting the security, signing the developer's agreement for providing whatever he needs to do paperwork-wise. And then Liz would take care of getting this signed and then it would be recorded.
Before we vote on it, I'm going to open it up for public comment because it was not an agenda item and it is most likely something the board will take a vote on. So is there any comment from the public on this item?
I'll make a motion to approve.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So we'll ask Carol Dunn.
Madam Chair, did we make that item number 047?
Yep, that's what I was just going to say. Yep, 047. And you'll have Carol.
Yes.
Awesome, thank you. 043, 2021, consider initiating the hiring process for a township fire chief. This will be in coordination with Jerry Ozog. He will actually be leading this committee or process for hiring a township fire chief. We are currently working on a job description, which will be circulated to the board once completed. But tonight, we need the approval to begin the hiring process. It's been moved, is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. 044-2021, consider the 2021 reorganization minutes of the Cecil Township Board of Supervisors from Monday, January 4th, 2021. Seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
045-2021, consider the Board of Supervisors regular monthly minutes from the Monday, January 4th, 2021, Cecil Township Board of Supervisors regular monthly meeting. I'll make a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
046-2021, consider the general fund invoices from January 1st through January 31st, 2021. I'll make a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Eric, you had another agenda item you had wanted to bring up.
I did. I would call it number 048-2021. But it would be for the appointment of Bob Vaughn to the zoning board auxiliary member.
Who's Bob Vaughn? Did we get a resume?
That would be the motion.
Well,
Bob
I
Vaughn.
have a question. You brought it up.
Yep.
Who is he?
Pardon me?
Who is he and did we get a resume?
I'm just nominating Bob Vaughn. Bob Vaughn is Diane Irie's husband, and he is Bob Vaughn. He is interested in serving, and we didn't fill that position for the auxiliary member for the zoning board last month.
That's all I was asking. I actually know the gentleman, so I'll know of him, so. But in the future, since this is something you clearly knew about, could you at least reach out to Tom Chamisto and have that?
You said we were going to go back to it last month,
As an
and you
agenda
didn't.
item. I didn't hear anybody, and we didn't receive any interest, that's why we have not, and it's an auxiliary member, or an additional member, which is not a necessary position. That's why it didn't come up. But it needs.
It's not auxiliary stuff, it's alternate.
Alternate.
I'm sorry, you're right, alternate. But in any case, it's not necessary, but in the future, please bring that to township manager or myself, we'll get a resident.
Are you going to put a motion together or something, or have Gretchen develop something? Because we've not done that in the past. And once again, you did not.
I have it on my list.
You did not bring up Michelle Stonemark's name, and there was no resume given to anyone. Do you recall?
Eric,
Do you recall? Yes or no?
I had no intent of actually bringing her up that evening.
But you did bring her name up, correct?
Eric, this isn't a gotcha moment. This is you continually bring up people that we don't know who they are. Do you know who Michelle Stonemark is? Do you know who she is? I'm going to take that as yes. Everybody sitting here knows who she is. It wasn't a surprise person. I didn't know who Bob Vaughn is. I don't know who Tim Stiffy is. So how do you expect any of us to make an educated vote if we're voting on people we don't know who they are? Understood? There's been a motion 048-2021 to appoint Bob Vaughn as an alternate to the zoning hearing board. Been moved, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 5.
No.
Oh, sorry. Passes 4. Board of Supervisors discussion of new business. Okay, so I'm going to start right away. I would like Gretchen to draft a policy that requires that any board member prior to bringing up a name for a position, that they have a resume and letter of interest from said individual that has been circulated to the township manager and all board members. Anybody have a
I'll
problem?
second that.
Are you all okay with that? Dan, I've had a number of inquiries about the Ridgewood Bridge, just so that everybody kind of knows what's going on with that. Could you give us a quick summary?
We met with Bill Barrow to kick off the determination of what we could do to make repairs to the Ridgewood Bridge. Part of that, Bill had concerns And so do we related to the
condition of the concrete of the bridge. So we actually had PSI out to pour the bridge abutments and the center pier. And then we also did something called ground penetrating radar to determine where the rebar is in the bridge. We did these two things to make sure that if we did make a recommendation on using the existing superstructure, that being the abutments and the pier, that we made sure that they were sound and we wouldn't be spending good money after that. So those results, I just was texting our structural engineer, those results are in. We're using that to determine whether we can move forward or not, and we'll be back to the board with a presentation on your options for what to do with the bridge.
So just so we can tell our residents that we are working through it, there's obviously weather considerations, you can't go out and test a bridge during certain weather scenarios, but we are working towards a proposal that will come to the board for a resolution to that.
Yeah, I'll commit to having a report to you before your next meeting
Perfect,
so that we can talk about it.
awesome.
Talking about bridges, park bridges, Bill, brought to us about the.
Can you talk into the microphone, sorry?
There are park bridges that are going to be removed. Bill says that the new bridges will be being set on the 8th, 9th, and 10th of this month, and the contractor, as part of his contract, will be lifting the old blue bridges off. They left them there for the workers to just be able to walk back and forth across the stream, and they have to take them off. Bill has one of the bridges up at the lot, his lot. The contractor took it up for him. He wants to use that one. He's doing a little bit of his own fabrication on it, and he's going to reuse it. But I heard a while ago that the trail may be interested in the bridges, and I know Ned's here tonight. I'll get to him in a second, but the bridges do have some value. Bill thought they're just going to burn them up into pieces and scrap them, but the other municipalities, there's probably a lot of uses for them. We saw that most of the structural damage was where they were sitting on the ground. They're each 50-foot spans, and we're on like 5 or 10 foot of each end where they just ground contact. That's where the more of the corrosion came through. But like the center spans, they're still good using probably 40-foot sections without any kind of work on them. So
I did get a phone call from Dennis Luchek. He wants his bridge back.
Ned, any interest from the trail, or do you want to look into it? For those of you that don't know, this is Ned Williams.
Should I,
Yeah.
the microphone?
Yes, please.
But another note on that, Tom, is that was the one Bill wanted to keep with the one at Dennis's. Yes, it is. Dennis owns the one on the very end that Bill wants. It's the only one that's wide enough that they can get the zero turns to come across and knock out on 50.